Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Stryfium, and today I'm going to be bringing you a brief guide on Ret Paladin Macros. Now, I've gotten a lot of requests for this guide on my live stream, so I am going to be putting it here for you guys on the Dara Mactire YouTube channel. The first macro I want to go over is a macro pretty well every paladin in the game has. It's called a Cancel Aura macro, and all you need to do is put in Cancel Aura Divine Shield, Hand of Protection, Divine Plea if you're a Holy Paladin, and Hand of Freedom so that mages cannot steal your Hand of Freedom. The second macro I want to talk to you guys about is a Burst macro. Now, you can use this if you want. If you do, great. If you don't, great. It doesn't hurt to use it. As you can see in my macro, I do have Holy Avenger because I do sometimes spec Holy Avenger, as you guys can see here, but I do switch through my talents a lot, and I will be making a guide on talents later this week. But as you can see here, I have Avenging Wrath, Holy Avenger, Inquisition, and my damage trinket, the Dreadful Gladiator's Badge of Victory in this macro. So it doesn't hurt to use a burst macro, and it doesn't hurt not to use it. So there's no downside or upside to using it. It's just personal preference, in my opinion. But so yeah. My next macro is my Focus Hammer of Justice macro. Now, as you can see here, it's Show Tooltip Hammer of Justice, but you see the old symbol for Rebuke. That's because the new symbol for Hammer of Justice, if you spec into Fist of Justice, is the Fist. So you can see that here, and all it does is when I have a focus target and I hit Alt-T, which is my bind for it, it throws the person into a Hammer of Justice. It's a really good macro to have. I highly recommend using focus macros if you are going into higher end arenas. And of course, if you are in the lower end arenas, it'll give you a huge advantage because I know from experience not a lot of people at those ratings use focus macros. Now, the next macros, I'm actually going to be talking about 5 macros pretty much at once, kind of. So just check this out real quick. I'm going to be talking about my target party member macros. Now, as you can see, this one is for Flash of Light for when I actually spec into Selfless Healer. As you can see, I'm not in it this second, but when I do have Selfless Healer, if I get 3 stacks of Selfless Healer up using my judgments, I have an instant Flash of Light. And as you can see here on the right of my screen, I have a macro for this for both my healer and my DPS if I'm playing 3s, or of course just my DPS or healer if I'm doing 2s. So it's a very simple macro. It's Show Tooltip Flash of Light, and then / cast target, or open bracket, target equals Nerkmind, close bracket, or whoever your party member is. Nerkmind just so happens to be the person I was doing 2s with last, and then you type Flash of Light at the end. I will have all these macros in the description of the video for you guys, so it's really easy to copy them and paste them into your own macros. So that's my Flash of Light macro. Then I also have one for Hand of Freedom, Hand of Protection, Hand of Sacrifice, and Word of Glory. So I really recommend copying all these macros. They will help you in arenas a shit ton. That way, whenever your 2's partner, your 3's partner needs a freedom out of a slow, you can give it to them. If they need defensive cooldowns, you can give them a Hand of Protection, Hand of Sacrifice, and then I will talk about a couple other macros. Here you can see I have my Focus Rebuke macro. This is pretty much the same as my Focus Hammer of Justice macro, but for this, it doesn't stun them, it kicks them. So it's a really good macro to have. And that's pretty much it for the basic Ret Paladin macro guide. Guys, so if you do want to see more Ret Paladin content, be sure to head on over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Stryfium Productions, and or you can just check out my stream daily here on the Dara Mactire YouTube channel. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like. Thanks for watching. See you next time.